Oh, Draymond Green. Like, if they're like, I just strongly dislike Draymond Green. I I love Draymond as a player. I do want to talk about that. Like, I really like Draymond Green as a player. But like, come on, this is just getting absolutely ridiculous, Draymond. But let's take a listen to what he has said about nearly, well, not nearly, what he said about assaulting Jordan Poole.
One of my biggest failures as a vet was what happened with Jordan Poole.
Mm-hmm.
And it took me to go through that failure with Jordan Poole, who was someone that came in and chose his locker to be next to me because he wanted to learn from me. Was someone that I would spend time with, that I would pour into, and I it all off. And um, I haven't felt like that miserably at anything, at most things in my life. And so that was one of my biggest failures. It taught me a ton. It showed me how to be a better vet for Jonathan Kaminga, how to be a better vet for the Moses Moody's. But I had to go through that in order to learn.
You had to nearly kill someone in order to learn. And I'm sorry, by the way, for people saying that. Let's just take a look at this. By the way, I'm not showing the punch because I know it'll get age restricted. Let's see what happens here. So, right before Draymond Green Superman punches him, so they push each other, and as you can see, as after the push, Jordan Poole stands there, and Draymond Green Superman punches him. If Jordan Poole, you know the way when people push, when people push each other in practice, you're expecting, oh, two people to kind of like just start pushing each other. You know when someone kind of pushes you, you might just lean in and push back. If Jordan Poole stepped forward, he might have died. Like, if he stepped forward, he could have been Kermit Washington. Like, every time he does anything, they just sweep it under the rug, just like when KD ran out of there. Great leadership to catch him after dropping him. Like, sucker punch too. And you know how you got punished for it, Draymond? You know how he got punished for it? The Golden State Warriors actually, they didn't want to take away from his ring ceremony, so they just didn't. They just didn't. And then he released the apology video. Like, do we not remember the apology video? Like, the, like, craziest thing I've ever seen. The parody of an apology. Do we not remember this? I'll lower the volume a bit.
Draymond Green and teammate Jordan Poole got into a verbal.
You have the reaction you have. Everything is.
They released a documentary on it. Do you guys remember that? Do you guys not remember? They released a documentary about Draymond Green winning all these championships, and that was his apology. He released an apology documentary. Completely absent as Poole. Perhaps he expected his attacker would use the opportunity on national television to express remorse for someone other than himself, as Draymond taught apart about lighting up his 23-year-old co-worker. I think that's the natural process that I went through. Now that you've processed what happens, you've got to process the why and how you feel and what do you feel about it, because everyone still needs to process what happens. It can take time. No, you just assaulted a teammate, Draymond. And it's been, what? How many years? I'm sorry, like, Draymond Green has assaulted more people than he's won playoff series since the 2022 NBA championship. And I'm not joking when I say that. And also, you literally gave up Jordan Poole for a shell of Chris Paul. You gave up Poole, who actually kind of had some value, because he just didn't want to be there, and he regressed. And we're now seeing Jordan Poole at least starting to hoop a little bit for Washington. A big part of your 2022 championship team basically be ran out because of Draymond Green. And look, Draymond Green, the player in his peak, was great. Draymond Green, the person, dear Lord. Dear Lord. And again, I only know what he has shown publicly, but whatever Draymond Green has shown publicly, like, I don't understand how anyone can be a fan of Draymond, what he's shown publicly anyway. But it's just sad. It's just sad. Like, listening to Draymond Green constantly talk about this, being like, you know what, that was a learning experience. No, you learn, like, you Superman punched a teammate. You do that in the street, you're in jail. Ruined everything. The punching my teammate, completely wrecking our chemistry, breaking up a contender was actually a good thing. Agenda, not tired. If I was Jordan Poole, I'll sue him. Draymond, stop running that shit with an iron fist now. Pods and Kuminga are subbing on social media from inside the locker room. Like, you were in the league for a decade at that point. It took punching a 22-year-old teammate. And it's not even like they just kind of punked. She jumped at him. Like, someone, by the way. And they're like, it got leaked to TMZ before anything happened. There is somebody that was there is a coach for Golden State somewhere that was like, that saw that Golden State were brushing it under the rug and was like, nope, you're not doing this. I'm releasing this publicly. And then when everyone saw it being released publicly, you're like, oh, they can't let him away with it. And they let him away with it. And then what happened? What happened at the end of that season? Draymond Green, and I'll say this, like, Domantas Sabonis grabbed his leg. Draymond Green wasn't like, he wasn't running. It wasn't like he yanked him back. He was standing there. He just kind of held onto his leg. Still, flagrant foul, Domantas Sabonis. So what does Draymond do? Gets his leg out, curb stomps Domantas Sabonis in his chest. And I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing, Draymond? Curb stomps the dude. And then what happens a few months later? Rudy Gobert. He hates Rudy Gobert. So what did he do to Rudy Gobert? Like, Rudy Gobert kind of got a little bit into it with Klay Thompson. Draymond and Klay don't even really like each other, it seems. But it was an excuse for him to get behind Rudy Gobert, try to put him in a sleeper hold, and just start dragging him back. Like, the man, he's like, oh, you know what? I need to learn to be a better vet. You know what it taught me? That I need to stop assaulting my teammates. I need to just start assaulting other players. No. Draymond, you have been actively a detriment to this team since 2019. They won despite you in 2022. You were terrible in those playoffs. They won despite you in 2022. You were a big reason why this Warriors team has been what it is. And you are so lucky Steph Curry chose you over Klay Thompson. Because there is no other team in the league that will be paying him over $10 million a year. He has averaged a triple single. I can't remember the last time he's averaged double digit in any stat. A half decade ago? Like, I hate him. I hate the guy. And I hate the fact that he is trying to still justify assaulting a teammate 2 years later. There's no justification in that. And there's no, oh, it's a learning experience. No. If anything, you are incredibly lucky you didn't actually injure the guy. Because if you injured the guy, and Golden State didn't get rid of you, which they wouldn't, because Steve Kerr has no backbone, that organization has no backbone, he's got lucky with Steph. A joke of an organization, a joke of a person, Draymond Green.